Hello folks, my name is Paulo, also known as Pinguim. I'm a co-diver, a co-founder of Divers for Shark, as long as Truda is the other founder. We are here at Lisbon, Portugal for the UN Ocean Conference that was supposed to happen 2 years ago, but due to the pandemic we are having the convention happening now. Actually today is the last day, and some of the subjects discussed here are really important a long time ago, and they are still important right now. Okay, just like sea mining, for example, and
Yep.
deep sea mining.
Deep sea mining.
What do you think about that?
It's a horrible thing. just like most of what we've been doing with the oceans, the prospect for deep sea mining, of destroying these communities, which took millions of years to evolve, and which would take thousands upon thousands of years to recover from any scrap mining, which is the way of taking those metal nodules from the seafloor, is horrendous. That's something that's going to affect the whole life web in the oceans. It's going to affect the ocean's capacity to absorb carbon. We just shouldn't let that happen. And quite unfortunately, the International Seabed Authority from the United Nations, which should guard this fantastic heritage, is in favor of proceeding with deep sea mining. So what we and other NGOs have been doing here is trying to tell the governments not to do it at all. Unfortunately, several governments here, especially Pacific Island states, African countries, and since yesterday, France, after a speech by President Emmanuel Macron, which was here, he was also against deep sea mining. So I think that we're going in the right direction regarding this particular issue. We still have lots of other things to deal with. Overfishing and the lack of more large and representative marine protected areas being two of the main problems.
Yeah, a lot of things that people say here is that we need a sustainable ocean, but sustainable for who?
Yes.
For us? Or the ocean needs to be sustainable for itself, for its life, for the animals, for the fishes, for the plankton. Because sometimes we think that the plants, the tree, produces all the oxygen we breathe. No, more than half are produced from the ocean. More than half of the carbon that are taken by the earth is from the phytoplankton, also from the plants, from the algae. So the ocean needs to be sustainable. To the ocean exist, the ocean health, not for us.
The most important thing we can take out of the oceans is not fish, it's not minerals, it's ecosystem services, is what a living ocean provides for humankind to survive. So in one of the side events here a couple of days ago, Dr. Rashid Sumaila, a very important scholar who studies the problems with overfishing, was mentioning that, okay, it's right to talk about food security, but food security not only for people, food security for whales, for sea turtles, for sharks, for seabirds.
Yes.
We need to leave enough fish in the ocean, not only to replenish fish stocks for fishing, but also for the ocean life webs to continue existing. And that's what we're pursuing here. We need to stop overfishing. We need to leave enough fish in the sea for the seafood webs to continue existing. We need to stop deep sea mining and all these other attempts to destroy our common ocean heritage. And I think that despite this conference as being a lot of empty talk, there's also a lot of commitments being made. New and important marine protected areas being established, and we need to do that in Brazil too. We're currently fighting for the expansion of the Abrolhos National Marine Park, which only covers 1.8% of the Abrolhos Coral Reef Bank.
1.8.
The most important coral bank in the whole of the South Atlantic only has 1.8% of strict protection.
And we are asking for
ridiculous.
What, 10%?
We're asking for 10%.
Just 10%.
And even that is an uphill battle. We're also fighting with the Un Solo Mar coalition of NGOs from Brazil and Uruguay, the Brazilian Humpback Whale Institute, NEMAN, which is an organization from the extreme south of Brazil, the Uruguayan Organization for the Conservation of Cetaceans, for the establishment of more MPAs in Uruguay and in the very south of Brazil, in particular the National Marine Park of Albardão, which we propose to cover 1,600,000 hectares, and which would protect an area which is immensely important for critically endangered species of sharks, rays, sea turtles, dolphins, and even whales which pass through this area.
And if it's important for the oceans, it's important for us, for me, for you, for the humankind. That's what we need to do. The sensation that I have is that everyone already knows what has to be done. The studies are already there, the numbers are already there, everyone knows what they have to do, including the governments. They just are still not doing, they just do not act. If you're asking why, I guess maybe you know the answer.
Yep, it's the lack of political will. And if the governments don't have political will, it's because you are not doing your part. Each and every one of us must bother and heckle and rant with our politicians to do more for the oceans. It's us, the citizens, who have to do the difference. We're not going to just sit around and wait for governments to do things. We need to force them to do it with our voices, with our votes. We need to vote for the ocean too. We hope all of you around the world are going to do the same at the next elections, wherever you are.
Yeah, governments are supposed to be for the people. Okay, folks?
And the planet.
Yes, that's it. I am Penguin, this is Truda, we are Divers for Sharks.
See you.
Thank you for your attention.